key, but it's likely going to be the same because Mahama Bodimbo Air across regional, and the government is doing even higher than Mahama. Then it means across all the regions, that would be the perception.
Interesting.
And some of the things are international security, arrest, AG, prosecution, arrangement. We now can that kind of good perception for them.
Finally, upon power or that global info analytics, upon anyway, and Otimijina and 9 so 2024 election or declare without any fear. In fact, we Reverend Isaac Usubempa, if you are even met me, I can say, Reverend Isaac Usubempa, ehun spiritually, or also ehun what physically, edit to Ghana for him say, you are John Mahama, a winning election 2024 hands down. Ampayina Pampa Ebamu, na Ore ene wasan ede research bi ababontin. Waka yewura John Dramani Mahama na mamuo hu asem said the omanfo no esi epe no sansona obi a opesi NDC anam yewura John Dramani Mahama okwa obesi nanam as a flag bearer sansona Dr. Muhammadu Bomian so waka na asem in 2028 election the faith anything yewura na po sen ena eboa na otim ede koboa na mpo ni dwumadi a ode koboa ye Dr. Muhammadu Bomian no ema no 2024 election no sen NAC koma party no abusunya ensem de owura ye friend Musah Danquah edi nsem atudwa papa pa nyensem keto ati mempese hebe yeden ye beche ho yenko na yenko ti owura Musah Danquah ensem a ode tudwa ewo enhyira FM hyira ti mmemfa credit ni ema na dwanto a eno ne no etwetwen sankomo no yenti enseni bi yakoba ye beto aso
Global Info Analytics on the Hwehwemu say de bia no on de o hye ase enye ne na odi hwehwemu aba kire say Ghana for say no musu hu John Dramani Mahama say na Ghana for hu John Dramani Mahama na memo ne ekosen corruption na ekosen afen so otisi mu say ene John Dramani Mahama ni ho a wan na ebia dodo na pen say obe replace John Dramani Mahama. Very interesting discussions and research and our findings no kire say John Dramani Mahama anywhere why na ebetimi a take it over na nkofo kire say ase edu nketia ebi say Professor Jane na ebi kire Cassiel ato forcing nanso den research ne say kai say research de etimi sesa te say na yebo John Dramani Mahama abaso no ebetimi aduru ba bi na Ghana fo no mo bo na abaso se enkoyi kai se edrume bi na Nana Danquah Akufo-Addo in 2017 no na approval rating nam over 72%. I just say now you Ghana for 10 siwa emu 7 say waya ade. That was the early stages of Nana Danquah Akufo-Addo. But Nana Akufo-Addo be free so no. Now the Ghana for 10 siwa emu 9. That is 90%. And I say enyoma enkoyi. 90%. And I say enyoma enkoyi. And the fact say Ghana for over 60%. They say we Ghana for 10 emu 6 say John Dramani Mahama ya dear. Now obetimi a maintain or the beka ho anase esote. So we share analysis and over the years enyoma esina in pempi no e sha ase yi but na wie ye no enhye da nye papa. Enti ebusa say John Dramani Mahama say Ghana for dodo na say so far a year na onim surprisingly ye ka corruption na Nana Danquah Akufo-Addo wo ho no na president Nana Akufo-Addo na so ye no na Ghana for susu say corruption pa no omuni police for e na eko ope institution na ye corrupta Nana Danquah Akufo-Addo ne breso no presidency ho no mususu say ketahye e wo ho e na police for there no magi omudin pa but surprisingly this time around no enyoma esesa in fact almost say me less corrupt no I intense no na John Dramani Mahama ni ministers and in appointees because unshare Dante said so far yebeka say John Dramani Mahama minister bi and I say na appointee bi akofeska and akọ wiesika Ghana for the do na susu say corruption no John Dramani Mahama ya de fight better than Nana Danquah Akufo-Addo die no. Nemom the issue of galamsey die still na Ghana for susu say John Dramani Mahama enya de John Dramani Mahama enya de intimpacho over Facebook ye de to enche ye ni Musah Danquah odi yani Musah Danquah ebetwetwe enkomo na wakyerɛkyerɛ mu yi ɔno na de research no aba nti yebegya so Eugene say to the fact checker head of research oba beka yensa na ye busa ye ho de ekoso ekyerɛ san mekai sɛ aheya na ne ye research ne ye researcher na MPP for no oyam say enye papa afi de eye papa no afi no omoti nyoma na ye kanase won say ye de enye de wu feel eye de research no now so surprisingly BBC wa ha o share research ni mu a obia ebia 9 ye fan say how many regions 16 regions no 15 regions ni nyina se ekoi no ba Ashanti region kwa de a omo se John Mahama nya de tese bibia no ba Ashanti region kwa de a omunka bebre emma NDC. I was surprised. Say sanity. The intina all the other regions can be big fofro. But over Ashanti region there, omni omudi enkomo no. Omo say John Mahama nya de. Hey, asemo. Eh true. Yem say be de na yama wu akwenya ebusa say wan kasa John Mahama 3 months uhu se oye ade anaso onya ade yemma serial callers bi amfre MPP ni NDC fo bi amfre yebema neutral people na afre na wankasa wabusa na onim de ekoso ade ba ko ese hu kra ne se o share research na yera Musah Danquah the by director Info Global Analytics no ode bana say even in the eastern region yesu say eye MPP no say NDC ya take you over it is say a cast stronghold of MPP eye there ya mayenko ahoma no so na ni Musah Danquah executive director Global Info Analytics kofa by ono na ye researcher from timer MPP for betu mu primaries Kenya Japan Alan Bawumia or de by John Dramani Mahama na busuafo na elections no so be kaya samre na no mu predict say be ko run off ebia Bawumia be wini ebia say no ono nko a ne ni di nkomo ka say I one touch Emma John Dramani Mahama mayembusa ne say research we abey e kire say ora Musah Danquah machi Ojo bibia boko de
adum
great yet wana no me hu say o Facebook o de current research ababa beto research ni ye den na pese hu ansa ne akọ details ni mu
we normal regular annual tracking poll every 90 days no nan ta a big here say be starting in January but eno yet that one ya January no and up to now 90 days into we a normal tracking poll every 90 days no and on ya share here the last time be October 2024 before the elections
enti enyoma ben na mudi gina ho na mo hwe efasa national pool ni
you know you woni ma bi adibia ye kwa ye bisa so that you bit me compare now the time Mahama time and even well beyond this gentleman it be the say direction of the country the performance of the president among for them exchange standard of living omo gidi say e be improve one bisa about current state of corruption in Ghana today. Bisa say oman abano obono homoding in the fight against corruption one now. So we question the and also how do you think the government is performing? The whole government is performing. But a brief near the topical it should be aka. How could it there? But we a constant question bisa. And going forward no. the MPP and NDC primaries will also feature every 90 days.
Interesting. Now, yanko national one answer near ba MPP ni NDC dieno. So national one no na nkofo kyerɛ sɛ corruption asɛm no John Mahama fight ni year ananse dey.
Yes. Ohwe the first question ebisa omo say corruption enne ete say e Ghana ha. Ekofo ana ekosoro ana bibi gina bibia saa na gina bibia na gina. Ana say one opinion. Ebisa no remarkably majority of voters say ekofo. Inti a clear show say mami ma figure no, I mean
in she riot fan
about 59%, in fact 56%, it is improving. Corruption is improving in Ghana today. In October 2024 no almost is improving na 20%. And then a 56%. Almost is getting worse no. Na 52% in October. I feel a 14%. So clearly something has happened. What the regions are, in fact, every region except Bono and Omam say same and those Omam say is improving. But in every region majority is saying say is improving, including Ashanti region. 51% of Ashanti region voters are now saying say corruption in Ghana is improving. Now, Ubisa say, is the government fighting corruption enough? This current government. Omar say yes, 59%. Not 29% in October last year. Omar say abino and fighting corruption. October na 62. I feel about 26. Something has changed.
Interesting. Say on the issue of corruption in there, so far Ghana forces to say John Mahama born home more day change the nim dadano.
Sanity.
See a share direction of the country. Say on mine koye and I say enkoye na. Mitimi who bibi wa ha say as I say nyoma koye kakra. I see 62% as against 31%. And no interest saying.
Omo aye de edin kita ho no. Ibisa omo se omo hwe oman na bibi ekoso bia no. Omo ogidi se ekwan na mso no. Eye ekwan papa so ana se ekwan no eso otro. October no. Omo se eso otro no. Na eye 62%. I feel only 26%. Omo say ekwan na mso no ekwan papa so no. Na 31. I feel echo 52. Name assistant.
Abino so modern mono. It appears say Ghana forces to say abino air bono home modern. Sane tier regions in Nana.
Main check but it's likely going to be the same because Mahama Modimbo air across regional and the government is doing even higher than Mahama. Then it means across all the regions, no. That would be the perception.
Interesting. Na me who say galamsey asembi wom. The na Ghana for kan efa galamsey ho.
Ibisa wo say Mahama bai akosoro ana say swati galamsey nsemi. The whole Ghana no 38% say oh swati. And 10% say there be akosoro. Into ocean plus 28% say Eswati nationally. But also, Omo Galamsey regions no, Omadrian, slightly different. 28% say, oh, Galamsey, Semano, I improve eco form. But another 25 say eco so. We are Galamsey regions. Into Ukraine Buma. Omo feel say I improve no and I say eco form no. Omo so by just 3%.
Interesting. Ade baako a me finding interesting was corruption perception score. Ewo various institutions here what Ghana ha. Say Ghana police, immigration, judiciary, tax for local government, business executive, EC, traditional leaders, parliament, prisoners, military, presidency, religious leaders, ministers. Interestingly, no, still Ghana police for the topic. Ghana for so say omuna corrupt, immigration for etoso. Now about courts ne still na Ghana for so say corruption. Ti Ghana police, immigration, courts, Ghana Revenue Authority, hey, local government representative, one more assembly. I mean, the first five no mintia say because minim say o membia beko ya o police a discipline, immigration ye discipline, court ye discipline, one no muje to ye discipline, one no muti assembly ye discipline betimi akwa anim. Na Ghana for so say sanko for numi ya medical bo mo first five mo nyina ye corrupt dia e twamfo ni be ne che
it's a problem for judiciary and the police to be where they are. And with the police, no, I think it's been like that. So, but the judiciary are sometimes almost safeguard the public interest. No, moved from 5th position last year on the Afro barometer to 3rd position in the current poll. Meaning, say the perception about the corrupt practices is getting worse.
Aden so akoso ne say Ghana force so say court here corrupt, police here corrupt, immigration here corrupt. Wono mjeje to here corrupt, womo mo assembly here corrupt. Omo ba wonso ba from ha kakra won say ahemfo no kra nso so maka ho asem say omo nso ka corruption no ho. Parliament MPC nso bobo, prison service bobo. But oba wona omo so say ekoye corruption ne wo from na as compared to last year na ye husen na Akufo Addo de ne ka ho no. We realize say Ghana for so say soldiers, president, asofo and religious leaders, imam and ministers and government officials so far no omo say Ghana for so say omo na corruption no any bebre. I am quite surprised. Then answer sir.
I think I'm very surprised too because traditionally we are corrupt, minister are corrupt, but we have seen a dramatic shift. And those at the bottom no, are mostly the political class, the presidency and the ministers. So it means that among for a different perception about the current president and his team at the Jubilee House. And also about the people that he has appointed as ministers and the head of public institutions. So it's a very good place to start as group.
Because at the end na esia Ghana for susu say Nana Akufo Addo aban no mususu say or corrupt all of a sudden Prez Mahama de we say e form.
You know, Ocean Ejuma Ura for yeah, I think it contributes to this kind of sentiment. And some of the things are in terms of national security, arrest, AG, prosecution, arrangement. We now can and that kind of good perception for them.
Interesting. Now, Yemra Dampare no so. As a Dampare nkofo ka say obomodin pa enso so Ghana for now so support si yi ni free ho menti ase nipa o mso ma ya ade but o share Ghana for now se there bi ye no.
You know, it deserves a modern ball in relation to the elections. and I'm rating very, very high. But I'm say, you know, I'm up in the maybe, Nanka, beside these questions before me, you know, Nanka, a different story. But people who tend to side with the president because they support the president. They think he has better judgment and better information to make that decision than they themselves.
Interesting. Now, Bakwa Mesheye, now we are coming into the locals, MPP ni NDC no. But let's look at Bakwa and I think said that was a brilliant work. Na opese ubusa se ene yes to aba between John Mahama and Dr. Bawumia bibi betimi asesa anase ne bia yefan se afeni ese beto aba ebia de keka bibi betimi asesa. It was interesting say as still na no ye to aba na John Mahama besapo Dr. Bawumia from edi enko na Dr. Bawumia ye edi enko na John Mahama why say still na no ne vim was rosa
minimum. But Ocean approval about 62%. In fact, 66% said they approve of the way he's doing his job. So, and you're surprised to say he will get 59%.
Interesting. Nti ene ese koto aba Ghana for besa to ama John Mahama.
Yes, I'm better among
Dr. Bawumia no mumpe na asema na ase die nko a.
And yet easy questions like that too. What happened in the last election was didn't Mahama winning landslide one.
In she riot
Pola express ananka koto ama Bawumia kurano omuduru hono about 17% exam majo
menti ase
ibisa omo say abato no nanka hwan na we wabi say obeto ama no ena uduru hono hwan na oto ma no omo ye omadwin say obeto ama Bawumia emu 82.9% pe ena omuduru hono omutoma. So roughly 17% omuduru hono omeza magin 17%. That is very huge.
I say bia mesi meto ama Bawumia ba medru na no madwan sesa na to Mahama.
Yes.
Hey. Ado yo medru ana
40% of people who had planned to vote for Bawumia ended voting for Mahama on the election day.
Interesting.
Oba omuye nana kwambedi akwa. Omuduru hono 32% of his supporters etuma Mahama.
Hey, oma no mo ye cheda no.
Cheda for. Omo anamu ye Alan no 30% etuma Mahama.
Alan for no
30% etuma Mahama.
Alan for na kometo Alan 30%.
Yes.
I see.
Omo kuma CPP. Emu 50% anto ama omo tuma Mahama.
CPP for ne dey say I mean say a party na gu ti na ye dey be sesan.
Omo a na omo kotoma Dr. Yaregano. Emu 42 omo lu hono omo tuma Mahama. Omo tuma Tumbarima. Omo dru hono 57% etuma Mahama.
Asemaba.
So this is the reason why Mahama won landslide.
I see. Nese, is it about the message, and then let me come to that, because minim say ba could be so abusaye na so hu de ntie ma MPP elusuye, and minim say already we some social media publicly me hu say na Akufo-Addo, but this particular research ya we ye actually be say as a defeat na MPP defeat ye no na Akufo-Addo a key stakeholder. Didn't you know more kasa because minim so omugu so call round say busa nkofo de ntie mo lusu ye omugu so mani abre, but still na confirm say nipa kra o ma omu defeat enya asan kugo na hwe pa no ayo man kasa the leader, which was Musah Danquah Akufo-Addo. De nko ano ye ya so bad still na Ghana 4 points say ono na obi abehwe Bawumia ade no na Bawumia ade no ewo fom mi wan so nka Bawumia nim na ewo ballot paper no so te den na nkofo to aba wo bra new face yet almost na Akufo-Addo ntina Bawumia lose ye.
I mean, we share anecdotal evidence that, and indeed analysis that Bawumia was running on the performance record of Nana Addo. So whatever the people perceive Nana Addo to have performed is what Bawumia was going to run on. And let me do what key decisions are Mampeni one take. For example, Ken case is a big issue. You can't blame Bawumia for not sacking Ken. That is obvious. And also Ahimfo. Sometimes I mean, it didn't go down well. Even look at the way he spoke when he went to Kwabre East. Nanka Odna Tikitimua, as you said, he was on ballot on Kasa. So those things were also, people regret them and got a bit disappointed.
Michelle Waha. Na over Facebook and Pachobra, say afena do afidi atoa, many executive director Global Info Analytics, one of the credible institutions a omo yenhwehwemu efa amanyo sem ho ehye se omampanya wote so say na Ghana fosi hu no, say na Ghana fosi hu institutions ye ni omo ye adwuma or tie the back 3 months bia no dia ba to the bia month bia no release e ma ye hwe de Ghana fosusu. So be kaya papa e de baya kopim say ye to aba ye MPP for do na credit din na tem ka so nim de oka ombia ka de obeka ka che nkofo kra ka chen say ono otini ba bi no ye lotto forecasting ba minim adwuma papa we onna a oye in fact to the bia time e be din komo ene ba bi onenam no na nkofo tinkran ni kumase say we are breaking the 8, but the point is that the fofraba for now, the Abano or church, so far. Kofosu said John Dramani Mahama or Bon Homoden, it will be Munemum Galam say issues in the Ghana for no, reservations. But Osha institutions almost say a corrupt no. First now, Nanke and Akufo-Addo na sway, but they say, it's what a bafom pa, name sell police in a court to ne Ghana Revenue Office for the immigration there. Yes, some of the corruption, Moody Jari, Munya margins and messes into the Megum who any masses, no problem. But ye gusu a ye kekake kano, ye drew lavoa, nkofo pese omuhu die ntinema. MPP lusu ye jefa eno project ye no sisi anafi yenko afi MPP ni NDC die nimu timini Musah Danquah na etwetwe nkomo oba Facebook aye de to hwe enoma according to the credible poster Musah Danquah enoma ema MPP elusu ye yenhwe the factors no na afi yemra MPP ni NDC no say why na ye likely is it Kennedy Pom, is it Bawumia Oba NDC munso a hwan ne yeka no ho asem na oba ha oba say ya hwan mu ne ma ana de ne ma MPP lusu ye Musah Danquah me ne twetwe nkomo bu say questions bi de nti ne ma MPP lusu ye or the nneɛma bi toto hɔ ne friend thematic areas baabi a wɔpɛ sɛ wɔhɛ no first obusaeɛ ɛyɛ Nana Akufo-Addo Kenuforiata Dr. Bawumia Napo aban mu nkurɔfoɔ MPs Kene Japan o share research na eba na so we wona yebusa omu no Ghana for Tennessee wa emu 6 and emu 7 de omu say e Nana Akufo-Addo de etosu mienu enye Bawumia o eye Kenuforiata de etosu miensa eno omu so say eye Bawumia po anumpo no uyi Ghana for 10 na omu so say emu 3 and emu 4 ne so say Bawumia but ye elections number we any also but emu 7 there 6 to 7 there omeka chrew say e Nana Akufo-Addo na ponso ka ho e na aban mu nkrofo nso ka ho e na MPs ka ho e na Kenya Japan there ne eye kakra bi Musa so ne say still Nana Akufo-Addo ho abufuo unso say eno so ka ho na asama Bawumia brei
no correct because almost the next thing Nanado and I almost want to mean you know whom I and that is the problem.
Interesting. Right. Now for the last 3 minutes here Enka Bibi Kakra. Oh yeah, another research on MPP for no. MPP there now was 2028 why na likely say obetimi lead MPP menim say Kenya Japan na unity Bawumia nso obekọ mate say honorable Dr. Yawadutumu nso enya obekọ Kwabena Japan honorable Brian Champon and honorable Francis Adenimu na ade omoto obe 6 still na no MPP internally omo prefer Dr. Bawumia. Is that the case?
Yeah, that is the case so far from the data. Early days, but it's a good start for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nationally and among MPP4. Ofia, he has about 57% support within MPP. But Ofia Swan, among NDC, or 44%. But that number, you should do that with very, very skepticism. Because NDC for must say no. Because of feel say obey fu and then genuinely. And also the figures are quite tricky.
Interesting. And still now no Kenya Japan beko but still now delegates MPP for no. Omo likely so omechu su Bawumia.
I mean we haven't spoken to delegates yet.
Okay.
Yeah, general voters.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The delegates who you be what remember. I'm gonna fight from Swaba. We are gonna fight dream. It is so called Banwa for the dynamics no early days, but going forward you will see.
My maybe something quite easy for the anymore. Dr. Bawumia Elidia. Ususu say onsen repeating na poana. Oh, Nana. Yes.
Impressive.
Sentina mi busa no.
But we hear the data from every surveyor. It was a liability. But if you think you can turn liability to an asset, maybe we are another genius. You can do that.
Liability, they say, oya this one ma Dr. Bawumia any MPP ana.
Yes, he didn't bring much vote.
They say na po amfa bibia anka ho bibiri sa.
No, really, no.
Nti ni kwan say Dr. Bawumia okay. I know you dey me can answer academy busa. How about Sena Ghana for who educhum oni omudi nkomo?
No, we didn't ask open-ended question, but clearly about 12.5% are mentioning his name, and quite a good number. Obekaya Kennedy started the campaign. Now he was even lower than the Edichumwe.
Right.
So there is room for improvement. Going forward, we'll see what happens.
na yɛmbrɛ ndc die mu ndc die no menim sɛ no deɛ pressure paa ne da wo so. I mean, I was thinking senka I said Dinketia no mate because Mate said Dinketia Mate Chief of Staff Julius Debra and Mate say Professor Nana onokra say bia one Musah Mahama ne be free so but interestingly no in MPP you can say in NDC any Ghana for no mutwetwe nkomo no omususu say Professor J Nana ebetimi aye better replacement for John Dramani Mahama. Is that the case? Because there may be Professor J Nana Elidi, then followed by Haruna Idrisu, then Honorable Atofo Sin, Okuyeto Ablakwa, and then Johnson and Sedin Ketia, top 5 for no. Onokrari. That's interesting.
Usha NDC race no clearly front runner Professor J Nana. But she's still doing below even 25%. And not the NBC race no a wide open.
Imwebi.
And in Tina will be anywhere or 25%. And Ocean the Air Force will know in case Jinana Kase Onkwa. The risk no will be shaping by where her supporters will go to. And that could dramatically alter the face of the race as we see it in the post.
Wow. Nese metwasia me hu se waye general preference. But yenhwe wo hwe Gen Z for no. The new youth no new generation na yesu say Ghana ha no youth no ne dose no omuka bibi foforo kra and Jeff on to so mame.
Yes, ohwe omu choose the new generation. Say what we old faces ni free more. How does the race look like? We are no sanwa you see say Haruna Idrisu then takes a lead at forcing in second place. Ablakwa in third, Honorable Zinatwa Rollins in fourth, and Omani Buaman in fifth. So these are the top ranking new generation NDC leadership among for Chile Magna Falmo.
Wow. Mission new generation na nyamba ba mission new generation ye mabunu ne de as a mabunu ne de umpe Johnson said Ketia ne Jina ne bia ni mahwe de omu peso mu hwa ne emrante no and new generation ne de aso mu pe Haruna Idrisu ne Atofo Sin ene we okujeto Ablakwa so ye the third person na Zenato and then Dr. Omane Boama but Haruna Idrisu new generation the aso mu pe no nti akwakogina ono ne Atofo Sin so na say new generation ne de boys ne girls ne de omu nche na mpe asedu nketia ne jin na nafsao ana.
You know, the response to your question lies in the demography of Ghanaian voters. How many voters in Ghana today are older voters who relate to the older people? And how many are young who relate to the young people? This is the new reality of the Ghanaian electorate.
Interesting. Nti samre say oye political party na o show about no anhwe niye according to youth population na ye wona na ufane saa na bia koyi obi a wo muntimi ni relate bi o ya abrewa na o ya akokora ebia betimi a ha party na nti asinu
it would really not augur well for you.
Meaning say we ni ye na sase di wie no e de na wo say MPP fo e samre ya still na delegates no and as yenye delegates but Ghana fo susu say ebia ba omiana na betimi LED as against Kenya Japan oba ahane nso a omususu say bia Professor Jena na but new generation nso support youthful candidates as against enkokra ne mrewafo na e de afuto na de be MPP ni NDC fo ne mfanyi
Nana, when you did that, mean Maputo.
Musah Danquah dazi.
Miss me that's it.
Executive Director Global Info Analytics and odi san hwehwemu ne ebaye hwehwenimu kyerɛ sɛ so far Ghana folks so say corruption fight ne John Dramani Mahama ya ade kakra na afei nso so far so good direction nso mu so say ɛyɛ badaka de aka eba MPP mu nso a Ghana for no nso said still Dr. Baumia was chance as against the other candidates. Ghana for nso say one of the reasons my MPP lose here no ne kase paano ejina na Musah Danquah Akufo-Addo so de toso mienu eye Kenya Japan ansa na Baumia ba
o say ye so finally no Yewra John Mahama eye adwuma according to Global Info Analytics. According to him now, Yewra John Dramani Mahama eye adwuma. I was now for say an epese ekono. Yewra John yemi shira oni NDC for Martin is na nyese bia mo be relax you. Keep pushing monyere mo ho na monye adwumaden na in 3 months time no and I say in 6 months time no Yewra Musah Danquah san research biwa na what me making it clear say Ghana ayeyi Ghana egusua eden yeko boshe asase na eso we ya na ye party o say ya na party aye se sebi eburusi benyado ombe research na Ghana isika semenye Ghana corruption aje oman ya boso Ghana yenyisi epasa yemu binum na yakoma yeya emu binum na yeya because ye betie ya fa Ghana say property aye den ye bo ho bra ya fa Ghana say ye japade aye den ya bobere nya nti ye hweso yi enti de bia mega me betra hanoma na makasa kasa nya hwintia na eyo man no hodo eyo man no sebi odo a ye wode mo man no any the new generation a omo beba how a omo betimi survive said ye namusa no sebi omo nso ba omo ho enchire omo na Musah Danquah de wakanse yemfiri amamu no so na yenko who succeeds Yewra John Dramani Mahama after so the neduma ba wiye sa argument we it has been controversial since day one or to abani wiye and minim say some NDC headquarters were a whole men kase ntokwa bi ekoso abusia mesrew the American say minim say sabri wo wonya woye NDC ni na wo presidential ambition na say wonya the report ni bia obesha say bisa ho questions because Musah Danquah he is one of the best global global which means worldwide Global Info Analytics which means on the research anya Ghana hanko e cover baby enti no the bible ntia hwe hu say it is not just about talk be anya kasa keke bibi tachiri niema bi tachiri eti u NDC ni na o presidential ambition na ohwe o stance na enya anya bi no betu food don't waste your money just drop it said the Yewra Kwabnadofo or drop it in 2023 I stand to is it 2023 yes I stand to be corrected how could Yewra John Dramani Mahama chi okache nsini ni kwan no baby obeku bia na sini ni kuma whatever oni ni bidi na wa supporting no it is nice fair because you know for sure say me am you me needing wow for example Haruna Idrisu say presidential candidate for 2028 NDC emfa unia ubasa o the party ni ku position emfa inti no koribu ono my o say catch them one say dru ho assuming yana na Professor Paul Opoku Jane eno de ni modru kakra ni modru Professor na Opoku Jane ni modru hwan kra bio Kese to force and crown me in my own wisdom no emfa masa emfa onyandru ho onyandru that level no asie dun ketia ebetimi afa de afa no matter how research no ebeba ye koye nim no ebetimi afa what na make sure na say enti no se woye NDC ni na wo presidential ambition a show ho na we ohu say no me ankasa me fiti as a president yanka so bi am fiti o but one ka say gina honom na show ho carry ho na hu say oh we die memre nyanso yiti yem pushi obi na onko that is fine na sundwa ba party ni mu abasa obia be happy about it na ko ba sa apre uwi na edubo kunkuna ya asa obu ofu asa obu nyamfu ye brana ye mu man na o say o meba sa na amumu na nkoyi. You know, that is it for the NDC side. But over the controversies of MPP, our mobile opposition for a decade. Hey, let me tell you something. MPP, ma obia nye angry if they bring Bawumia again. Ma obia boomfu. Say na ponan kasa samba biyo. Hey, Ghana for mo obia nkasa umunja. Na po recently Matisa wako fire Asante Regional Minister. Eke kan sembi. Misi na po we ho baby obepie bia oje di mbone na num kasa say the MPP better opposition forever say until so mbesisa na po and era Musah Danquah kai the po is a liability waka hu big gidigidi and MPP anti anwe ni power even omu defeat ni nkeka Bawumia nkwa nkamasa 38 ndi nka ebi obeko ne ebi anka onyasa nka ebi anka 38 ebe push akobe 41 but na ponkwa eti edi Bawumia banichi na ponum kasai time na po he has not values, he has not qualities to be a vice president. Onyandru ho na po doesn't fit to be a vice president of any country, not even not even Banana Republic, not even Tanzania. As a meander look you. But the issue here is Napo can never be a vice president. If you are a different planet, so if you Pluto, Saturn, Uranus or whatever, Venus. But ye can Earth, the third planet, anyaha the pobit me vice because the poor I demonstrate church Ghana for you and say he is rude or non the party for crowd. Some of them which you know it is such a person no obeying a pushy vote at the ama the boss amana winning election. Indeed the podia MPP for moon global info analytics, moon Musah Danquah. So mbabontin beka se na po mu problem kese pa awo se mu amutrase na mu na mu ye dem pe kwan bi so na mu compensate or whatever na mu yi ni sinchen and ordinary mo MPP at opposition actually because na po say wuntumi nka se okọ na ni makoka se ye na ko first enti ni ye yi sinchen no nyankopon ahihye ne kama MPP better opposition ache no because they are not ready and even afraid to tell the person, hey, Tranchen, now will be full from run. They are not ready. If they are not ready, that will make them be in the position forever because the ponum kasa nyede. When it comes to say yeni nipan kasa sebi yeni electric engine bin komo na po beto to bomb obi wi achi no didi electric na tem. It is such a person no obedin be ye okandifo e okurum hanom. Imagine so mubo ni din running mate rano. Ni nkrofo oni omu education sector bra no education ministry ho bebre ba bontin ebe complaining say na posu manye the poor did your matem before some better MPP no they should come out and apologize on behalf of the poor the poor nkasa eme apologize ye hu bibi say na po ejine baby apologize ahoma so why the put say ya there. So this kind of people masa MPP for more problem. Yes, NDC for problem, but MPP for more problem. See, you John Mahama affects economy here, and NDC has no problem. So fix the economy here. It is easier for Jenano Pukwajiman to continue and Obinian one task because that will be the first female Iranian president. It is gonna be any beji. Say, oh, yen try or ban. So you see, a very so lovely. It's MPP. Baby, woka quality anoishi. Anoishi. It's a business for not just a Musah Danquah and I attend Kano of Global Info Analytics. You see, or Jaba, you're a John, you know, a boy Juma, na DC intimate na a year could so another 4 years bill now Muntimi and to money because MPP day nobody is ready to vote for them in 2028 because almost minor or more than a dinner. They can never rule this country, not even the household and a mobit me rule, not to talk about Ghana as a whole. Omuntimi, I wish I comment to like you know the share for in your median mega macro. Bye bye.